Hello Soundies. I had a request in class, so I'm sorry I can't remember who requested it, but to explain how to organize the files that are in the browser bin, the files that are contained here. So if I click on here, you can see what I mean. We've got all these files and some of them are open, and because I've chopped up little bits of the same file to use in here, it actually shows all the chopped up things. So the request was that we could create folders in which to contain certain sort of sounds. So all the Foley sounds in one folder, and all the Atmos in another, and so on and so forth. So this is how you do it. First thing I want to do is I'm just going to pull this out so I can see the whole description of the sound effects that are on the timeline. If they're in here, they're on the timeline. If there are not, if there are some sounds that you've dragged on that you don't intend to use, be very careful about this. Make sure you know that you don't want to use them. You can go to Edit, select Unused. There we are. There's a whole pile of unused sounds that I've not used in this design. And then go to Edit and Delete. And it will only delete those that are highlighted, which are the unused bits. I'm not going to do that because I'm not sure what I've used or what I need. So the first thing I want to do, though, in order to put this stuff into folders, is I want to go to View and I want to hide all regions. And that basically closes down these little arrows that have all the different kinds of the cut-ups of that one effect. Can you see? Okay, so that just makes it easier to order. Yeah, so you know what you're doing. So we can read everything. So we go to View and we select Create Group. Group means a group of sounds. It is essentially a folder. So I'm going to create a group. I'm going to give my group a name, Atmos SFX, like so. There we go. And you notice that it's highlighted in bold. So my BBC River is an Atmos, so I'm going to drag that and put that in. So if I close that down now, can you see that down disappears? There it is. I'm going to drag in my suburban garden, my woodland, my crickets and flies, my insect, cricket, single cricket, birds. I'm just adding all of the Atmos sounds. Animals. I don't know what that is. But it's a Foley sound. That's a Foley sound. Bushes are Foley. These are all Foley. Oh, suburban garden. I can watch that in. I'm calling church bell a Foley. Footsteps of Foley. Child laughing's Foley. Village church bell. Various bells. I was never really happy with any of them, but there we go. I'll put the bells in. I'll leave those in Foley actually. Foley, what's that? Door creaking, that's Foley. One wav, not entirely sure what that is. It might have been the Foley that I used. I could always check here on the timeline to see where I can find a one wav. But I suspect that's Foley. Music, non-diegetic, planing wood, grinder. There we are. So those are all my Atmoses. And if I click on them, there they all are. Okay, so I'm going to create a new group now. So I'm going to show create group. I'm going to call that Foley SFX. If I thought about it, I might have put these in uppercase to differentiate them between the rest. But there we go. It's just a question of dragging the Foley sounds into that particular folder. And it was a very good question that I was asked. I hadn't really considered it. I do this usually when I've sort of basically set up a little bit, and when things start to get a little bit, I'm just going, what sounds what? So here we go. I'm just gate opens, gate closes, door squeaky door. There we go. And you don't have to have everything in a folder. So because I've just got the one music non-diegetic sound, I'm not. Oh yeah, the one WAV I think was room tone. I'm not sure. I'll have to have a look. Anyway, I don't want this. I don't want this clip to be longer than it needs to be. That's how you do it. And then when you want to access them, you just click on the show regions little triangle, and there they all are. They're all the Atmos, and it's a little bit more self-contained. So there we go. That's how you place individual sound effects and group them together and put them in a group folder. Thank you very much. Go have a cup of tea.